How did higher education develop in the mid-1800s? To meet the growing demand for higher education, the federal government introduced a new program that would shape the future of American universities. The Morrill Land Grant Act of 1862 provided every state with 30,000 acres of federal land to establish universities. These institutions focused on agriculture, engineering, and practical education, making higher learning more accessible to a broader population. Between 1776 and 1861, more than 170 colleges were established, and by the late 19th century, research became a core part of university education. At least 41 research labs were operating across universities, fostering scientific inquiry and experimentation. Graduate education also gained momentum. Yale established a graduate program in 1860, followed by Harvard in 1872, laying the foundation for advanced study and professional training in psychology and other disciplines. This map illustrates the impact of the Morrill Land Grant Act of 1862, a pivotal moment in the expansion of higher education in the United States. Each red dot on the map represents a university that was founded or strengthened as a result of this legislation. Looking across the map, you can see that land-grant institutions exist in every state, from Cornell University in New York to Texas A&M University, Oregon State University, and the University of California system. The Act's reach extended beyond the mainland, establishing institutions in Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and the Pacific Basin. The Morrill Act had a profound impact on American education. By increasing the number of universities, it created a greater demand for professors, research facilities, and graduate education. Today, these land-grant institutions remain leaders in higher education, continuing to drive innovation and public service. Another crucial factor shaped the future of research and innovation: the rise of elite universities modeled after the German system. Johns Hopkins University, founded in 1876, was America's first research university. Unlike traditional colleges focused on classical education, Johns Hopkins emphasized scientific inquiry, experimentation, and graduate education, following the German model pioneered by Wilhelm Wundt and other European scholars. Wealthy benefactors also played a crucial role in shaping higher education. John D. Rockefeller funded the University of Chicago in 1891, aiming to establish a world-class research institution. Similarly, Leland Stanford founded Stanford University in 1891, and the Vanderbilt family supported Vanderbilt University, ensuring long-term investment in education and research. These universities revolutionized American education by shifting the focus from teaching to research, fostering innovation in psychology, medicine, and the sciences. Their impact is still felt today as they continue to lead in global academic research. In the mid to late 1800s, new colleges were established to serve women and African Americans, as many existing universities prohibited them from earning degrees. These institutions provided critical opportunities for higher education to groups that had been historically excluded. By the early 1900s, there were nearly 120 women's colleges across the United States. Institutions such as Vassar College, founded in 1861, and Smith College, established in 1871, paved the way for women's higher education and professional advancement. Similarly, African American colleges expanded rapidly. By the 1940s, nearly 100 historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, had been established. Among the earliest were Howard University, founded in 1867, and Harris Stowe State University, which opened in 1857 in downtown St. Louis. Clearly, higher education in the United States exploded in the mid-19th century, transforming opportunities for students from diverse backgrounds and laying the groundwork for a more inclusive academic landscape. In the late 19th century, universities underwent a major transformation, shifting their focus toward the scientific method and the creation of new knowledge. Rather than simply teaching established ideas, institutions began prioritizing research, experimentation, and discovery. One of the most significant changes during this time was the growing separation between religion and science. For centuries, higher education had been closely tied to religious instruction, with many professors also serving as priests or theologians. However, as science advanced, universities began treating religion and science as distinct fields of study. This shift had a profound impact on how subjects like biology and psychology were taught. Professors were no longer expected to uphold religious doctrine, and many openly supported evolution rather than creationism. As a result, universities became centers of scientific progress, fostering new ways of thinking that would shape the future of psychology and other disciplines. In the final 2 decades of the 1800s, American psychology embraced what became known as the New Psychology. This shift made psychology more scientific, aligning with Wilhelm Wundt's German experimental methods while also incorporating elements of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. However, this evolutionary influence would not last. Following World War I, psychology took a new direction, with behaviorism replacing evolutionary theory as the dominant approach. Universities also began redefining their role. Instead of relying on traditional philosophical methods or repackaging old ideas, they focused on research and the creation of new knowledge. To achieve this, they actively recruited the brightest students from around the world, offering fellowship packages that included tuition and stipends. This shift ensured that American psychology continued to grow as a rigorous, evidence-based scientific discipline.